The saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention, but preparation is. Stay tuned. And welcome to another episode of Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, your supercharged coach. And today's topic is a bit of a follow-on from last week's, and I hope you were here for our special guest, Joanna Lee Kilgore, who spoke about the whole importance of maximizing your opportunity as in photography and how to take better photos and giving some great insights on the importance of your photograph. So please make sure to check in for that. But today I want to share with you how to prepare for a photo shoot. How to prepare for a photo shoot. And this, if you're familiar with photo shoots, you may be like, okay, I can get why this is important. If you're not, you may say, well, what's the big deal? You're just taking a picture. Well, I'm going to disabuse you of that notion today in the event that you have that. But in the meantime, before we jump into the topic, I just want to invite you to check out, you see here, this to make sure you subscribe, like the channel, you know all the things and the steps to take, and also to visit the superchargeclub.com, where we guide entrepreneurs on their entrepreneurial journey, especially if you're a creative entrepreneur, you're multi-talented, and you're a multi-potentialite, and you need guidance with creating a cohesive, holistic business strategy and kind of filling in the gaps for business skills and the basics of business. This is the perfect venue and the perfect community to consider joining, where purpose plus process equals profit. Okay, at the Supercharged Club. And also, if you haven't already procured a copy of the Little Girl's Guide to Entrepreneurship, that's the foundation and the motivation for having launched the club in the first place. So you might want to check that out on Amazon as well. So without any further ado, let us talk about how to prepare for a photo shoot. How to prepare for a photo shoot. And as I was mentioning before, our guest last week, the topic was how to tell your story, telling your story, the power of a great photo, the power of a great photo. So now we want to, in order to get that great photo, it takes preparation. And this is all about what it takes to lead up to something and how things are connected. The visual, with sometimes people have a business plan or written plan, so you're combining the visual aspect with the written aspect and how it all comes together. So here we go. In preparation for a photo shoot, there's quite a few things that you need to do. And I recently had a photo shoot with the one and only Joanna Lee Kilgore. And why do I have Joanna? It's Joanna. Anyway, I need to correct that. She will forgive me for messing up the A. I'm going to fix it right now. So Joanna won't get mad at me. All right. So very good. And she was our wonderful guest last week. And she is an art photography. So she has a very distinct approach to photography. It's about making it into art. Whereas sometimes you might go to a photographer, they're just trying to capture what you need, just capture an image, and that's pretty much it. It's not about it being art. So it all depends on selecting a photographer that aligns with what you're doing. And one of the quick tips I'll just say, even before getting into the whole photo shoot, is like how to select the photographer. One of the big ways is the work that they have. Do you like what they've done? Do you like the kind of work that they do or that they've done for someone else, or you'd like something similar? That's usually one of the best ways to determine if it's the right photographer for you. So with Joanna, her whole approach is really artistic, and that really takes it to another dimension. So the three key things to keep in mind when you're preparing for any photo shoot whatsoever is you need to have a vision of what it's for. Like, why am I doing this? What am I going to use it for? Then you have a plan of how to maximize the opportunity, what clothes you're going to wear, what kind of scenes you want to have, what kind of poses, like how are you going to use the photographs? And then thirdly, you want to be open to the possibility of trying something new that you may not have thought about that may take your whole photo shoot to another level altogether. And I've had the opportunity of having quite a few photo shoots over the years, some of them for even national magazines and with some very well known photographers who all have their own style. And one thing I can say that I've learned from pretty much all of these people is you have to have a sense of your own vision for yourself. You don't just let a photographer take you over. let me make that very clear. I mean, yes, you want to be open, and yes, you want to trust them, their instincts and their professional expertise, but at the same time you have to have a firm sense of self, a firm sense of who you are, what you're about, and what is important to you as the person being photographed. And this is something I can't highlight enough. Many years ago, my sister and I we were doing a photo shoot for a magazine. It was on the beach, and we had all our Kasuri bags with us and everything. And the photographer said, "Why don't you just take off your shoes and go barefoot on the sand of the beach?" And I'm like, "Okay, I guess that makes sense. We're on the sand." But when we saw those photos, I did not like the fact that I was barefoot. I did not like not having shoes on. I'm like, that is not what I want for a national magazine at all. And I remember being a bit upset with myself because I was like, my gut instinct was, I don't really want to take off my shoes. I really don't want that in this photograph. And that's exactly what was captured. So never take a photo. Before I even go through this list I'm going to share with you, never take a photo that you don't want to have published somewhere. Like, just don't. And I don't mean like a funny face or anything, like just something that you don't think represents you. Do not take that picture. All right, that's tip one. That's tip one. So let's jump into this whole list over here. So with the idea of having the vision, the plan, and being open-minded, you want to always think about the goal of the photo shoot. So I had a very specific purpose in mind. I wanted some new photos for my violin. I wanted some photos for my business coaching. So something to show the two sides of me in that from that context. And what am I going to do with these pictures? Well, promote my violin teaching, promote my violin playing at events, use it on a business card, flyer, website, multiple places that I could use it. But I wanted it to represent what I offer in that space. Then the second thing for the coaching, the same thing for the violin as well, promote what I do, update maybe my website photos, update my business card, have some fresh social media photos because I haven't taken professional shots in a couple of years. So I said, I think this is great timing to do this. So those are the goals. Like that's where how I want to use the photos. At least these are preliminary ideas of how I could use them. Okay, so therefore I have a reason to do it. The next thing is, and one thing I didn't even put here is that I'm open to seeing myself from a new light, like seeing myself through someone else's lens. Like what are they seeing? What do they want to capture about me that I may not be thinking about? So that's why you want to select a photographer that you do trust, and you trust their vision that they can bring something new and something fresh. All right, so you want to have a packing list for your photo shoot. So if you have to go to the studio, the photographer's studio, or if they're coming to you or wherever you're going to go, usually you normally have to go somewhere. You really have to pack like you're seriously going on a trip. And it takes a few days to really think about this. You don't just jump up and do it unless you're already kind of prepared. So it starts with your hair. You want to make sure your hair looks like how you want it to look. Bring every prop you need to put your hair in order. Curling high iron, comb, brush, hairspray, hair oil, setting curlers, you name it, put it in there. And one tip I do have is another tip. I have a lot of tips, but another pro tip for when it comes to your hair. Like say for example, right now I have my hair like this and I want to make sure the front stays a certain way. I will put the curlers, like I'll have the hair styled, but I'll put curlers to reinforce and maintain that shape. I could be heading into humidity. I'm heading into some wind. God knows what's waiting for me out there. And heaven forbid your hair falls apart before you get to that photo shoot. That has happened so many times. So put those curlers in your head. Put a scarf on your head. Like, I don't care what you look like. You might arrive at the door of the photo studio not looking like you're ready for a photo shoot, but once those curlers come out and you get in front of the camera, you are ready. So please Keep the curlers in until you get inside. Don't take them out before. Don't take them out in the car. Keep them in your head until you get inside. That's a very big pro tip, guys. No vanity until you get in front of the camera. All right. So have whatever you need for your hair. Ideally, have your hair washed clean before. Have a nice clean head of hair. Okay, that sounds obvious, but I don't take anything for granted. And then have your styling tools. After that, then you want to think about your makeup. Wash your face, have a nice clean face. Be clean, period. Have a nice, because people, if someone's doing your makeup, they're going to be all close to you. You know, you want to always make sure you're a nice clean slate. Yay. Or if you do your own makeup, for this photo shoot, it so happened that I did my own, and I like to use products that are comfortable to me. I've been on photo shoots where I've had a makeup artist and they'll do stuff and I'm like, that isn't even me. I don't use that kind of makeup. That doesn't look like my face. I don't even like that. So make sure you like what they've done. That's so important. Usually sometimes makeup can be a little heavier for the camera, but if it's too heavy and it feels like cake, that's not going to work either. So a natural look is always best, I think, for certain types of photos. So mascara, primer, foundation, blush, concealer, lipstick, shine, brush, eyeshadow, setting spray, whatever you use, bring it. Make sure you have all the things you like, the color lipstick that you personally like. Okay, so have all those things and have some options. Now the clothes, that's the big old one. Clothes, 3 to 5 outfits, I would say, 3 to 4, depending, you know, what you have in mind, what you're planning. But on average, at least 3 outfits. And a few options, because you may change your mind at the last minute that you don't want to wear one versus the other, and you want to have options. Wear things that you like, that you enjoy, that you're comfortable wearing, because those are the things that you will feel good in when you're photographed. So wear things that you enjoy and that make you feel good, make you feel confident, make you feel happy. Don't wear anything you're doubtful about, because it's going to show in how you wear that outfit. Then bring a lot of accessories like scarves, your favorite scarves, different colors, so that you can be open for different things you may want to do in a photo. I like to have some neutral clothes, like I always have like a white shirt or some kind of solid top that I can play with when it comes to scarves. Then I'll select other items that are just fun. I just like them, period, that's it. So that can be used to represent what I shared here before, something like with your violin, you know, for me, and with the coaching, like I would wear those outfits in those settings. So that's how you work on the clothing. So think about that. I like things that are maybe interchangeable, sweaters, tops, bottoms, in the event you want to create a different look quickly. You can do that. So bring a few things. When in doubt, bring it all. For a photo shoot. When in doubt, bring it all. Or just take your time to curate things so you don't have to overpack it as well. But this is a time when it's better to overpack than underpack. For shoes, bring 2 to 3 shoes that you love, that you enjoy wearing, that make you feel confident, happy. I personally prefer shoes with heels, shoes that are fun. I don't want any flats for photography. For me, flats do not work for photography unless it's a certain type of look, and that's fine. But for the type of shots I do, heels always are gonna work better. They just make you feel more professional, more dressed, more elevated. I can go on and on, but bring some fun shoes. I brought some fun shoes to the shoot that I did, and I think I just wore the one pair because I just liked it so much, and I just didn't change them. But I don't always show my feet. I only show the feet in maybe 1 or 2 of the shots. So that's one thing. So shoes are really important, and of course that can coordinate with the clothes that you bring. The next thing are props. Think about what you're promoting. Think about what you're trying to showcase. Again, the purpose of the shoot. So for me, again, my violin, I had to have my violin. I brought a laptop, I brought a book, I brought my pen, I brought different things that I would use on a day-to-day basis and that I could use in a photograph. So think about that. And then finally here, the shot list. Now the shot list is the list of the different poses that you want to have, the different photographs that you want your photographer to take of you. And sometimes depending on the, you know, it's actually a great idea to have a sense of what you want to look like in the photo, because you're going to use it in very specific ways. So having in mind what you're using it for will allow you to get that shot. Sometimes people aren't sure how to do that. Like, what shot should I have? Should I fold my arms? Should I not fold my arms? How should I do things? And I would say one source of inspiration is to look at photographs of people that you like how they posed. And that can give you some inspiration, like how you might want to pose yourself. That's a really great insight, looking at magazines, looking at other people who do similar things to you. Do you like, or just people you admire, period, doesn't matter really what they do. Do you like the pose they had in that picture? And would you like to do your version of it? Okay, so one handy dandy tip that was interesting. I was kind of panicking before my photo shoot because I'm like, I don't know what poses to do. I don't know what to really, whatever, too much to do. So I went into Chat GPT. I said, Chat GPT, I have a question for you. And this was my big old prompt. I told him, I'm doing a photo shoot to capture my branding as a violinist, as a business coach. What are the various types of poses, types of clothes I should wear to better represent my brand, which is fresh, sophisticated, simple elegance, bold colors? And I went on and on and on. I told it where I play my violin, the types of events, the kind of business coach I am, who I work with. Can you create a table for me that lays out the best photographs to take to represent my brand and recommend the outfits that I should wear? And I said I want five poses for each thing and how I'm going to use it. So that was my prompt. Chat GPT went to town. It went to town. It gave me poses. It gave me descriptions. It gave me outfits. Now, I didn't take all of this totally literally, but it did definitely give me some ideas, like an elegant evening gown in a bold color, playing your violin on a stage, performing at a gala. Like, even though I'm not going to go on a stage to take this picture, what is a way that I could represent that? Playing in a church, it says standing near a stained glass window, violin in hand, soft lighting. And you're going to see how that actually played out. Just because I had these ideas in my head and prepared myself for that. Teaching a student, like if you are teaching somebody an outdoor performance. So it gave all these great ideas about how to do it. And then I had an idea about, I wanted a side shot with my violin clasps, like in a prayer pose, and violin and veil for mystery look. Okay, I do have some, I didn't do one of the violin, but I do have a veil thing. But I didn't use that as a veil. It's more like a scarf. But anyway, I just captured ideas, and those weren't Chat GPT. Those were just me having ideas. I'm like, capture that. That could make a cool pose. And then I got results also for the business, like for coaching, engaging with a client, speaking at a workshop, and how you would dress for these occasions. So it was really enlightening, and it was a great support for the ideas I already had to take them to another level too. Okay, I like the idea of looking from behind a laptop. How could that work? Would that come out well or not? And then it gave other tips for using my brand colors, accessories, the props, kind of like what I shared before. And all of these things are part of your branding. And then I ran another prompt that says, if I'm a fun-loving violinist, how do I want to present that? And it says, you might want to be jumping or spinning or all this kind of stuff. So it proceeded to give other examples. So it was very, very handy for me to have this. Same thing for the coach, fun-loving business coach, bright and stylish and fun networking and all this kind of thing. So I would encourage you to, if you want some ideas, run some through ChatGPT as well, and then you compile your list and come up with what works for you. Okay, so now let me just show you some of the photos. I did show a couple of them last week, the business cards that I was going to make, and I was showing Joanna what I had done. And so now I want to share with you guys some, now that you've seen the tips, now I'm going to show you how they look visually, how that actually played out in reality. Okay, let's see. I can do it this way. I can't do it the other way. All right. Okay, ready? Are you ready? I should have a drum roll. Should I not? I think so. I should. Hold on. Excellent. So this is one of my absolute favorite shots. With Joanna's talent, it was very hard to select and narrow down the photos because they were all so wonderful and it was really a tough job. But this one was not so hard at all. This one was easy to pick. This picture, this hat, this flower thing on my head, when I arrived, that was not one of my props, people. That was Joanna's prop in her studio. And she said, you might want to try this on. It matched the dress, it went with it perfectly, and I kept it on. So that's what I'm talking about, being open. I was open to the vision of this thing on my head that was not a part of the plan, but it became a part of it because I was open to going with it. And now it's like this centerpiece photo of mine. And look here. Look, can you see? Can you see my card? Look at that. Canva printed, Canva printed. I have to do it up close. Hold on. I have to do an up close for you guys so you can see it. I know it's backwards, but you get the idea. It came out so well in Canva that I was so excited about that. Yeah, so putting it into work, like how will I use that picture? I can use it for my business card. So that's one way that I've already started to use it. And, does it capture the things that I said before? It's fun loving, it's bright, it's colorful, and all this kind of thing. So it captures your personality. Now, let me share with you another one. Now, so I didn't put them in order as violinist and coach. This one, again, another prop hat that I'm like, let's put that on too. That's cool. Let's run with that. I had no idea what I was going to do with this picture. I'm like, let's just have fun. And so you don't want to be rigid. Like if you're dressed in ways that you like, you're wearing colors that you like, give yourself the chance to play. Like just enjoy it too. Like it's great that you have the list. You have that in the back of the mind. You want to cover certain kinds of shots, but just have fun because you may come up with a photo that you hadn't planned, but hey, it might be the photo that you need. I did have this peekaboo idea in my head that I'd hide behind something. I didn't know I was going to be hiding behind this hat. And it ended up working really well. I may put that on a business card. I may use it for all kinds of things. I'm not sure. Right now I'm using it for social media, but you're going to see it for sure somewhere else. Okay, moving right along. So I have this one. I don't know how I'm using this one yet. I love this. So fancy, so over the top. And I will use it for something. I will come up with something to express what this represents. Either it's confidence or blooming in your business. I know that's something Joanna highlighted for me. I don't know, you drop below, drop your tips. Tell me what's the caption for this one? What's the caption? All right, so from there, I have that option to do something with that. I think I can do some really cool stuff with it. And then this is my quintessential business coach pose. A little bit more traditional, a little curious, but it still maintains my colors and a sense of curiosity, and I really think it opens up the dialogue very well. So I really love this. Again, my colors, I love my colors. I'm wearing clothes that I wear, that I like to wear, and I'm glad to have it captured like this. So that could be a business card. Probably we'll do something with a business card with that too, and all kinds of stuff. Then this photo is just like, you remember just a while ago I mentioned I wanted a photo with my hand clasped like a prayer pose. Well, this is it. This is the photo. Yeah, this is the photo. She captured it, and that's another business card, guys. That's another business card that I've done that I also love. And, so now I have two of them. I have two capturing two different sides of me. One is the playful and one is this more pensive. But this picture, I love it. And again, being open to what could come. And that's what she did. And she did it in black and white and also color. So I do have a color version of it, but the black and white really stood out for sure. And I think that's all I have from my shoot to show you today. I do have other photos I will be having to showcase, but I think those are the ones for today. So I hope you find this really helpful. I hope you find it beneficial. Now let's talk about our mindset minute today. Okay, we have a special mindset minute. If I could get my cursor where it needs to go. Are you ready for the mindset minute? All right, here we go. So as I said earlier, if necessity is the mother of invention, preparation is peace. Preparation is peace. It's peace of mind, knowing that you've taken the time to prepare, to do your homework, to think ahead, to imagine an upcoming situation. You can have more peace. If you have an event that you're doing something for, like recently I had to play my violin at an event, I went there the day before to prepare. I got there early to prepare so that when the day of the event happens, I'm not like, ah! I know exactly where everything is, exactly what to do. So when you're doing a photo shoot, if you thought of carrying your favorite shoes but didn't, carry your favorite shoes. Wear your favorite clothes. Have what you need. Be prepared to have that peace of mind. There's nothing that can get rid of anxiety more than preparation. The more prepared you are, the less anxious you are, the less overwhelmed you are. It's just an absolute fact and the absolute reality. So guys, I hope this was really helpful for you today, that you got some tips that you can use for your next photo shoot that can help with your branding, your business branding, to see how important it is to create that cohesive look and that cohesive style. And if you need help in how to be cohesive, comment below, send me a DM, check out the Supercharge Club. That's what it's all about. Until next time, stay supercharged and stay stylish.